No, I can lock it.
Is this the house of Edgar? Are we filming?
We are.
All right. So in this video, this is Edgar, and I've already been here, but in this video, I'm going to show you how to teach your dog to stop jumping up on guests. So we're using a leash here to prevent Edgar from getting all the way to me. Now he's pretty calm now, so I'm going to reach and engage with him. As soon as I do that, he gets excited, I pull away. This is a form of operant conditioning. So if he's calm, I reach and pet him, and he gets excited, I turn away. Now, he's not as excited as he normally would be because I've already been here for part of the session. Right. So what I'd like you guys to do is when you have guests come over, some people will like arrange this, put a piece of painter's tape down or whatever it is. So you want him to be able to, you can even use your banister and tie it to your banister so he can only get to a certain part and put the line of painter's tape just right an inch or two out of his reach so he can't reach at all. When he's calm, we pet him and I reach underneath like this. Now he's such a cute guy, I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, what a cute little doggy, you're such a cute little doggy. And that's what we have. Because that high-pitched sound is very energetic for dogs. So what we can do is we can teach our dog to ignore that too. So when he's calm, I reach like this, very calm and very slow. And again, any excitement or jumping up, I pull back and turn away. And after and what will happen, he doesn't have to sit. And don't tell him to sit, don't tell him to do anything. The guest is just basically waiting. As soon as he stumbles upon it, operant conditioning. Now we turn and engage with him. He is very attractive to us and we want to pet him when he's sitting calmly. When he's excited, it causes us to move away and we turn sideways, which is kind of a little bit playing aloof. Now, after a while, you go, oh, what a cute little dog you are, baby. Oh, what a cute dog. Oh, what a cute dog you are, Edgar. Oh, what a cute dog. Oh, what a cute doggy you are, Edgar. Oh, Edgar, look how cute you are. You're not jumping up at all, even though I'm acting ridiculous. So you can condition your dog to do this on his, to ignore that crazy energy. Now, the wonderful thing about this is we're not micromanaging him. Most people, when people come in, like you were talking about, the guardian's like, well, I told him to sit, or go here, or go there, or do this, or do that. We're telling him what to do, and we're not teaching him, setting him up for success, where he figures this out on his own. We're not telling him a single command. Through his actions, when he's calm, the people pet him. When he jumps up or gets excited, they turn to the side. So what I'd like you guys to do, and I would invite you to do, to have your neighbors come by. You guys are newer to the neighborhood, so it's a nice way to introduce yourselves to people. Hey, we made some Christmas cookies. We got some eggnog. We'd love you to come over and help and meet our dog Edgar. And then, well, but he's a little bit of a jumper, so you actually help us by just standing outside and just standing this, or send them a link to this and they can watch it. It gives you an opportunity to meet all your neighbors in a nice positive way. It's the holidays, it's Christmas spirit. And now he has practice. And if it's a neighbor that's coming right next door, it's only 5 minutes out of their time. If you're asking somebody to come from like 142nd and Blondo, that's a big, journey in production. You could do that as well. But what I'd like you to do is try to do at least once a day, one new person that comes over, and you practice this exercise. Now, if it's just you guys, you can do it yourselves because you have the banister. So just take the end of the leash, run it through there, and run it through the loop, and measure it out. And when you guys come home, don't use the garage. Come to the door and ring the doorbell and act like you're a regular guest. So now you're in on it, so you don't mind if your partner is waiting outside, and they ring the doorbell and they knock just like I did, and they come in. He's like, oh, but it's you. Does he jump up on you guys too?
Well, we don't use the front door.
Oh, when you come home? Okay. So it's mostly just guests, but when you come through here, his neural pathways, basically, without getting too into the weeds, he's probably got a myelin sheath over the neural pathways of jumping up on people. So at this deal. So if he doesn't jump up on you, that makes it easier, and he already knows you, it makes it easier. I like to put dogs in a position to succeed by making the situation as easy as possible at first, then gradually making it more and more realistic until we work our way back to the real world situation. When people come in and there's no leash and he just sits down in front of him because that's what we've taught him. This is the way to get people to pet you, is by sitting and being calm.
So the reward is just petting, you're not going to give him a treat necessarily.
Exactly. Because he wants your affection, but we're going to make him earn it through doing a very small act of not being too excited. Now, a little addendum to this. What I did when I came in, because I hadn't obviously explained all this, I had them open this door, and then we just waited. Ed was here, and he hyper and jumping up, and I just waited. And as soon as he kind of started calming down, I reached for the handle, and he got up, and he kind of, I was telling him. And then he just started going forward, and so I pulled my hand back. So the first time, let's say this is the handle, first time I reached this far, pulled back. Then this far, then this far. Then I was able to touch it. Then when I was able to touch it, I started jiggling it. I made it as loud, because that sound is associated with the door opening, and then people are going to come in, and I can jump up on them. So he's like getting himself all worked up ahead of time. So by helping condition him what I do as a dog psychologist is really show people how to break an activity down into the easiest version possible, and then individual steps. So step one is just not wigging out when they hear the door, when I see somebody at the door. Step two is not wigging out when they reach for the handle. Step three is when I hear the handle to not get excited. Step four is when the door, and so the next step is I open it a little bit and closed it. Open it a little bit more and closed it. By the time I came in, you can't stay at that crazy energy level for too long. And again, this is a similar principle of this, but this one is more for the jumping. That is more for just the excitement. The human's not going to come in when you're excited. And again, we practice. What I'm expected to do is come in here and sit and be calm, and then the human comes in, and so on and so forth. Now, one last little thing. When he is excited, anytime he jumps up on you guys, you have to stop petting him immediately and not reach over and give him attention. Because anything that he does when you're petting him is what you're rewarding. So when I came in, he jumped on every single person in the house to give him attention, and I was the only person who didn't pet him. Now, he's super duper cute. It's hard not to. But just because he's cute doesn't mean we should reward him for breaking the rules. And you guys don't mean it in a bad way. But in his case, it's still jumping up is the best way to get attention. Well, now, that's why we talked about passive training and petting with purpose. So now every time I sit, they pet me. Every time I lay down, they pet me. Every time I come, they pet me. Or if I wanted them to pet me, I have to go and sit and prepay for the attention. So we're rewarding the desired actions and behaviors we want. We're not punishing, we're not chastising, we're just ignoring and freezing and become boring anytime he offers behaviors we don't like. When he jumps up on us, it causes me to retract and freeze. And as soon as he jumps down, I pet him and say off. And then he jumps up again, boom. Same thing with petting. So this is a domination move. So you're petting him, he puts his paw on your elbow, he's trying to dominate you. So you're petting him, as soon as that happens, stop petting. And so most people don't realize anything your dog is doing when you pet is what you're reinforcing. However, the other side of that coin is stopping your interaction with the dog. That is an equally powerful way of communicating with your dog. So as soon as he starts offering you behaviors you want, pull your arm back and stop. Well, this is Edgar, and these are some tips and tricks you can get to stop your dog from jumping up, and also to learn to be calm.
He's calm. What about if an unplanned visitor comes? You know, mailman or special delivery, whatever.
This is why we want to structure, because that's going to happen and we're not going to know how to do it.
Right.
So what we want to do is, as much as we can practice when we're ready. That stuff happens. You just got to do what you got to do in the moment.
Yeah.
You might want to have a leash that's tied there.
Right.
So when somebody comes to the door, you just go over here and maybe practice. Now, okay, I was going to sum it up, but we'll sum it up again. So what I would do is practice this. Come to your door. Come over here. See, that's classical condition. This sound means the door is about to open.
Right.
So what I would do is every once in a while come over here. Now, you can also train him to move away from the door. So what I can do is do this. So I'm going to show him a treat. I'm going to throw the treat away. So what I'm doing is when he goes there, he gets the treat. And the same time the treat touches his lips, I'm making the sound. So he's looking for another one. Edgar. No bark this time. So we're kind of counter conditioning him a little bit. So that'd be another thing. Every once in a while, nobody at the door, come over here, and then ask him to come over here, attach the leash, and then they come up with a word called saddle up. So eventually when kids come up to the door, you say saddle up, and he runs over here expecting to get leashed up. So then you can have your guest or the delivery package. He can't run out the door. He can't get to them. So he's not practicing the behaviors we don't want. All right, sit. Sit. This is passive training. All right, let me sum it up again. This is Edgar. These are tips and tricks you can use if you have a dog that likes to jump up or gets overexcited when guests come to the door.